Alright, so tonight we're going to try to make a new version of the Alchemist. We're going to try to make the malware that we put onto the system, which is this basic Trojan, um, our secure Pix viewer. We're going to make it the default Pix viewer for our target. We're going to give it a shot. You might see the sun go down behind me. It'll be kind of ridiculous. So I have a couple of things here. I have my Kali Linux, which I'm going to test this on my own machine first. Um, so I'm just going to Control Alt T. I'm going to do this two different ways. I'm actually going to use the second wget flag here, or the second wget with the capital P flag in the download. So I'm actually telling it where to download, which is not where I am here. That doesn't look good. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna see. Okay, it downloaded and into the right place. Okay, so a couple extra spaces didn't hurt. And now, in order to get to the other, the actual picture we're going to put in, what we're going to do is we're just going to cd over to downloads, if you want to do it this way. Okay, we got our secure pics viewer, and now what we're going to do is we're actually going to get the Trojan horse image. This is literally just a JPEG. And we're going to throw that into here. So we got the download, and so we're going to test this on our local machine. So when we test this on our local machine, what we want to see is if we open the image with the program or the script, it's not program, the script that we wrote, whether or not it actually triggers the event that we pulled through. So let's just Python 3, and then cool. So this opens our, okay, it opens our image, which is what we're going for. Open the image in the directory, but what it does in the background is a couple of things. First off, it's attempting to ping an address. And if I Control C out of that, and we go back into our downloads folder, what else is it doing? It creates a secret report that wasn't there. And secret report is unauthorized access and has been logged. Okay, so that's usually a non-sudo pseudo thing, so maybe our malware is bad. And if we want to take a look at our malware, what we can do is we can just cd, oh, we're already in our downloads, so we can just nano our secure pics viewer, and we can see what it's attempting to do. When we nano it, it gives us all these bright colors, so we can see, like within the Python script, kind of what it's attempting to do. So making our definitions, importing the operating system, using PIL from image, which is how it opens the image, and then basically displays the image. So it's going to go through and look at the image path. Okay, this is not what this video is about. So ultimately, we tested on our local machine. We're going to X out of that, and now we're going to try to push it over into the remote system. The remote system, this poor guy over here, is waiting at cyber.org.range. And so now what I'm going to do is that two-step thing where I'm going to pwd here, so I know exactly where I'm coming from. And then over on this other animal, I'm going to open terminal, and now I need to SSH into my other box. Now, embarrassingly, when I started this video earlier, I kind of forgot how to do this, and I'm only half kind of remembering now. So what we're going to do is we need to turn on SSH controls here. So we need to be able to log into our cyber.org range. The reason I'm showing you this is because I actually do want you to do this, because watching this stupid video isn't going to like overly get you there until you do it a few times. So sudo nano etc sshd daemon config. Dope. All right, so we're here, we're into it. And this is our configuration file. If you want to like slip back and forth, you could look at the Melchemist main and just like seriously control F sed. Oh no, you don't like that, do you? All right, whatever. You look for sed enough in this whole thing, you're going to be able to find exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, that guy right there. So if you want to do this in a one script, this will replace the password authentication, but you're going to forget how to do it if you keep using the script. So over in my Ubuntu, I'm going to come over here. And then, oh, okay, so I've already got password authentication to yes. Cool. So I'm going to X out of that, and then just to make sure, I'm going to sudo system control, and then I'm going to restart SSH. Okay, so now I should be able to get into it from my Kali box. So from my Kali box, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to SSH over into my Ubuntu. Okay, do I trust it? Sure, it's not my stuff. Password. Alright, now I'm going to get into the downloads. So alright, so now I'm going to do is probably screw this up 10 times. If I screw it up one time, I'm going to pause it, go back, and then redo it. But so from this side, I'm going to SCP the what to the where, right? So SCP the what, which is secure Python viewer, right? To the where? To the Ubuntu at 10, 15, 28, 88, colon, and then the reason I did the PWD over there is home, Ubuntu, and I'm going to put there. Seems legit. Tell me that worked the first time. Alright, so worked the first time. Alright, so now what I need to do is SCP the picture, the image. So over here, I'm just going to ls. I'm going to say, what was the image? Okay, so same thing up here. And now this time I'm going to SCP. Now notice I'm doing all of this from the downloads. It would be, I mean, I could put the absolute path in there, which is like the whole home Kali downloads. I could try it. Yeah. So I could also do home Kali downloads. Trojan horse tab complete tells me I'm right. We'll give it a shot. It doesn't like that password. Fat fingered it. Oh no, I didn't. So come up here, ls. Okay, so now we've just deployed an image as well as our secure pixel viewer onto our opponent's onto our opponent's machine. Okay, so that's nothing new. The next part, however, is the next part is going to be a little bit of goofy because what we're going to do over here in our opponent stuff, because really what we're trying to do is get our opponent to have this as their default pix view. So I'm gonna make this big because this is ultimately no longer in the Kali machine. We are in the victim machine. So I'm gonna make a directory here, and the directory is gonna be pushed here to our local file. Yeah, we'll go local into the share and into the applications. So these are where the applications are. We're going to see if this exists. Okay, so now we have that. And now we're going to nano a program. So we're going to nano, so we're going to create and local share. Okay. Applications, and we're going to call this, we're just going to call this open image. And we're going to create this as a desktop entry. So this is a file opener. All right, so we're going to call this a desktop entry. And so what that means is call this desktop entry. So we're going to give it a name. And we're going to say open image. It's pretty straightforward. Now we're going to give it an executable. So we're going to give it the executable is going to be a Python 3 script. Yeah. And then we're going to call this, oh God, what was this? This was home. You know what? It wasn't. It was it was this. All right, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get this. Pause this so I don't embarrass myself too much here. To see what it was we were actually looking for. So home local share applications, and then we call this the open image desktop. All right, cool. What type of, okay, so this is going to be an application. We're going to call it an application because it's Python 3 and it's a script and it reads like one. Sure. And then we're going to say the MIME types. So MIME types are basically these, like, it's kind of like file type, but it's an image file. So we're going to say image tech JPEG, and then we're going to say image slash PNG. We're going to say image GIF. Okay, so if you have other image files you want to do, like a WebP, I don't know if that would work. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. Okay, so we're going to write out of this. So Control X, yes, and All right, so we're here. And now we need to update the fact that we just did this. So just like we do SSH, so we're going to update the desktop database with the local user. Okay. And now, if we wanted to open this, we could. So I'll give you an overview where we're at. I don't need to save. I just need to go into my victim machine here. So we're in our victim machine, and we see nothing has changed. All we see is we can go into our files, and if we go into downloads, we have this guy, and we could open with another application, and we should see, okay, image viewer. That's actually our image viewer. We're not there yet. We're gonna cancel this. We want to make sure that when we double click this, it opens up with our image viewer, because who goes through and does the hard part here? So that being said, next up is going to be basically the query. So how, like, what's our default image? So if I want to see immediately what the default is on this, this is just going to be a xg g mime. So if it's a mime, which is the image, query default d. And just to be sure, it's a JPEG, right? So image, and we're looking for JPG. Okay, so it's doing GNOME, Eye of GNOME, desktop. I think that's because we're SSH into it. Eye of GNOME is us looking through the SSH tunnel. So this might not be overly accurate. But anyway, we're going to try to change this. And I'm not quite sure if it'll work remote. This whole thing might be for naught, but we'll see. So I'm going to change this. So I'm going to say so I'm just going to change it. So I'm not going to query it. I'm going to say open image desktop is going to be the program that we wrote into it long time ago. Image JPEG. Okay. I'm going to press up arrow, and I'm going to change this to all of the different types of images that it might be associated with. Okay. All right, so potentially this will work. So now I'm going to go through. I'm guessing it's going to give us the Eye of GNOME again. I'm guessing we did not successfully change what is through SSH, and Eye of GNOME is just kind of how you open an image through SSH. So we're going to get rid of all this, and we're going to go back to query. Okay, so we did successfully change that. And now what we're going to do is test this. Seriously, maybe it'll work. come over here. I feel like I need to restart some things. Ooh, when I right click, see that? Open image. Maybe it works. And maybe it doesn't. All right, you go see if there's a easier way or something I didn't do. So apparently the open image dropped. Oh well. All right, I'll figure this out and come back to you with the corrections.
All right, to wrap this off, and you see the sun went down. Um, Basically, what we have is if we get into the Ubuntu box again, get into the file that we downloaded, and this was all done from the Kali box. Get into downloads and open up our Trojan horse. We can see it actually executes all the content we were hoping to get before. And if from here, and I'll just kind of do it the fast way, um, which is open up Fire or Wireshark from the terminal in here. We should be able to see. Maybe I'll have to restart the program because it does ping into bursts. But for searching for ICMP, oh no, we're good here. So we can see the ICMP traffic calling back. So from the perspective of the victim box, all they did was they went in, they opened up a picture by double clicking on it, and we executed the program in the background. So in terms of the malware function of that, we have our secret report, unauthorized access, and then we have the open with open image, which seems innocuous enough. It doesn't seem like a problem, but open image is the desktop opener that we developed. So, all right, sorry if I'm yelling now because my headset disconnected, reconnected. Um, but ultimately, yeah, that's full circle.